Assalamualaikum and hi! We are from the Anak Itik Tekwi group and today we are going to present our system which is Student Disciplinary Management System. First thing first, we will start with our member introduction. Hi, it's me again, and to begin our presentation today, I will present our problem statement to the system. So the first one is lack of centralized data. Disciplinary records are stored across multiple platforms or locations, making it difficult to retrieve complete and accurate incident histories when needed. Second one is inefficient communication. Key stakeholders such as students, HEP admins, and SRD officers face delays and confusion due to poor coordination and lack of real-time updates. And the third one is no behavioral trend analysis. Lack of tool to track repeat offences and analyze student behaviour trends limits effective disciplinary action.
So now I'm going to present the objective or the solution for the problem statement. First, centralized record keeping. A unified database store or disciplinary reports allowing easy access to incident history for authorized users. Second, role-based access and communication. Role-specific dashboard for students, HEP admin, and SRD officer streamline communication and ensure each party receives timely updates. And the last one, data analytic and reporting tools. Add reporting and analytic features to monitor repeat offense and generate behavior trends, insight for better decision making.
Moving on to the scope of the project, which focuses on how the Student Disciplinary Management System functions and who's involved in the process. The Student Disciplinary Management System (SDMS) is a centralized platform designed to manage disciplinary cases efficiently and transparently within a university. It replaces manual processes with automated workflows involving three main user roles, which are student, SRD officers, and HEP admins. Students can view their records and receive official letters. SRD officers handle case reporting and warnings, while HEP admins oversee the entire process, including reviews and hearing scheduling. SDMS ensures real-time tracking, structured submissions, and accessible records, promoting consistency, accountability, and faster case resolution.
Next, I'll be explaining the use case diagram and simple explanation on what the system does. So, the use case diagram shows how different users or actors interact with the Student Disciplinary Management System. There are three main actors, which is HEP admin, SRD officer, and student. So, the system functions, which are the use case for each actors, are HEP admin can first update disciplinary status, which is change a student disciplinary record after an action is taken, review compound form to evaluate form submitted by the SRD officer, schedule hearings, set the date, time for disciplinary hearings, and send hearing or warning letter, which is issue letters to students depending on the case. Next one, SRD officers can, the first one, fill in compound form, record details of the offences and student involved. Second, check student disciplinary history, view past offences and patterns of misconduct. Third, enter to disciplinary trial, proceed with formal trial process for student offences. Lastly, student can get hearing letter, which is receive notice for attending a disciplinary hearing, and the last one is get warning letter to receive a formal warning based on a misconduct or offence. So, based on this use case diagram, this system helps the UiTM staff, which is HEP admin and SRD officer, to manage student disciplinary cases digitally, including recording offences, schedule hearings, issuing letters, and tracking histories. It also allows students to receive official letters, ensuring communication is clear and traceable.
So now I'm going to explain the flow of the system. The process starts when the SRD officer submits a student offence using the system. This record is saved and sent to the HEP for review. The HEP officer checks the offence details. If everything is complete, they approve it and move it to the next step. After approval, the HEP officer sent a formal letter to the student. They also schedule a hearing with the student. On the hearing day, The SRD conducts the trial. They record attendance, review evidence, and make a decision. The trial outcome is submitted into the system. The case status is updated and visible to all relevant roles.
The ERD outlines a structured student disciplinary management system that manages the entire disciplinary process, from reporting offences to recording trial outcomes. It centers around the student entity and includes roles for HCP admin and SRD officer to handle administrative and evidence-related tasks. Key components like compound forms, letters, hearings, and trials are used to document reports, issue official notices, schedule hearings, and record final decisions. The system ensures a centralized, transparent, and accountable approach to managing student disciplinary cases.
Okay, so I will be explaining our database, which is STMS database, and in this database we have total of 5 tables, which are users, trials, letters, compound forms. Okay, in the table users, we have the attribute ID, name, email, password, and role. For the password, we use hash password, so we cannot actually view the password of all users. So in this user table, we have the data for students, SRD officers, and also the HEP admins. Moving on, we'll go to the table trials. In this table, we'll have the ID. This ID is actually auto-incremented. So this is student ID, hearing ID, attendance, evidence, final decision, status, and at what time this trial is created at. And then moving on to the table of letters, we have the ID also auto-incremented, and then student ID, type of letters, offences, content, details, and also at what time it is generated at. Next table, hearings table. Hearings table has the ID of the hearings, also auto-incremented, and then the student ID, hearing date, hearing time, venue, panel, and also the status of the hearings. Last one is the compound form. So in this compound form, there is the ID of the compound form, student ID, offense, details, status, what time it is submitted at, and the photo path. Photo path is for the evidence that the SRD officer inserted. That's all for our database.
Login field as the account is not yet created, and then we will register a new account. It is successful, and then we can see that it is in the database now, and then we'll try to log in. There are no letters to be generated as the student has no offences yet. There are no compound form to be approved. Then we will log into the SRD officer account. And then we will fill in the compound form. Now the HCP will review the compound form to be approved. The compound is now in the database. Now the HCP will schedule hearing for the student. Then the HCP will send the letter to the student. The HCP can delete the compound which they intended just in case it was wrongly keyed in. We will see that now it was deleted from the database. The report can be generated based on the student ID. And this is the statistics of disciplinary overview. The SRD can view the student disciplinary history just by entering the student ID. And there are the list of compound history. The SRD will enter the disciplinary trial for a student who has repeated compound. All the data is entered in the compound form, hearings, trials, and letters is now in the database. Now the student can generate the letters for warning and they can download it. And you can also see the letters of hearings which has trial that was filled in by the SRD.
Going to explain the try entry paste coding. This coding lets the SRD officer create a new try record for students who already had a hearing but don't have a try yet. First, it checks if the user is logged in and has the SRD role. If not, the user is sent back to the home page. Then, it shows a drop-down list of the student who had a hearing but no try yet. This comes from the database. The officer fills in details like student ID, attendance, panel decision, try status pending or complete, upload a photo as evidence. When the form is submitted, the data is sent to submit.try.php to be saved into the database. So in short, this page is mainly for the create part of the code. It helps add a new try record. The HCP officer to manage student disciplinary cases after a hearing has been completed. It first checks if the user is logged in and has the HCP role. If not, the user is redirected to the home page. It reads and shows a list of approved disciplinary cases from the database. Each role includes the student ID, offense, and hearing date. The HCP officer can change the status of cases, for example, to resolve a further action required, using a drop-down. When submitted, the form sends the data to update status process.php to update the record in the database. There is also a delete button to remove the cases if needed. It sends the request to the delete compound.php and a confirmation prompt appears before deleting. So overall, this coding handles the read, update, and delete parts of the CRUD process for disciplinary cases. File contained in the Student Disciplinary Management System. Now I'm going to give a peek at all the code. The first one is index.php, which is the landing page for the system, aka the login page. The next one is login process.php, which is for the login process. After login, dashboard will be direct the user based on their roles. This logout.php code is for the user log out the system. Register.php exclusively for a student registration form. Then, the register process.php will connect to the database to be saved. Within the HCP interface, these are all the files coded involved. For example, the review compound.php, HCP can review the submitted compound form. In statistic.php coded, the pie chart of the status distribution and bar chart of the top 10 offenses. These are all code files involved in the SRD interface. The upload file contains the submitted evidence. File compound.php in the SRD file used by SRD users to fill in the details of the compound. For view history.php, SRD users can check the student history based on the data collected in the database. Within the student view hearing.php enables students to view hearing letters and trial details, and also can download the letter using this PDF generator code. For view warning.php, student user can view the warning letter and download it using this function print letter.
So that's all for our presentation on the student disciplinary management system.
We hope this system can make the disciplinary process more efficient and organized.
Thank you for your attention.
Bye!